Winners International, Britt, Griffith, Kris, and Barry Fitzgerald. They're going to get things off.
We'll give you a microphone and power if you need it.
Okay.
Are all of you guys coming in? Oh, okay.
This is nice.
Oh, wait.
All right.
All right.
Awkward.
I'm going to hand this to Britt first. Obviously, his company are organising this as well, so I'll hand it over to Britt and he can kick it off.
Oh, well, thank you. Is everybody having a good time?
Yeah.
Is everybody glad they did not listen to the weatherman?
Yeah.
50% of the time they're wrong and they get paid millions of dollars to do that a year. Isn't that nice? I want that gig. Anyway, thank you for coming to this event. We appreciate it. And actually, it's maybe my company, but without Kris and Barry helping me organize all this stuff, it couldn't happen. Without you guys coming, this couldn't happen. So thank you very much for coming out. I didn't hear what Aaron had to say, so I don't know what you covered.
Yeah. Just some of the what's happening tonight.
Okay.
And then tomorrow.
The Zodiac.
Zodiac. Oh, the Zodiac killer was Barry, by the way.
Where's Jim Morrison?
We're going to start with a Q&A. We're going to call on the rest of the team, a Q&A. Then we're going to roll into hanging out with you guys.
The natural senses, so I wouldn't say that it necessarily can lead somebody astray. More than that?
Make you doubt or second guess maybe your instincts or your intuition.
Well, I mean, it's easy to misinterpret what you're reporting, and that's actually the basis of our show. In some of the cases that we do, is understanding what the event is that has been reported on. Generally, it's going to be on video. And then when we try to replicate it, we see that, geez, the theory that we had, the simple one, isn't quite so easy to replicate the original version of the video. So technology is very useful because it's the only way to actually present what you experience to another person besides telling them is to show them a recording of it. So it's vital. And naturally, anybody who's in a TV show, the only way to do it is through media as opposed to just telling a story. But I have found that it is easy to recreate something to simplify what we think is a complicated event, like the UFOs that we cover. We've done the simplest little tests by attaching like LEDs to a kite, and then we will fly it, and then the local police get calls about UFO activities in the area while we're doing the show. So you have to be careful you're not misinterpreting what technology is delivering to you. Episode that we filmed and having to jump back in the van to go to the airport, and then came straight here. And then from here, Sunday, I'm going to Canada. So it's constant. And it does get kind of hard sometimes to be separate from family. Fortunately, my wife Anita, a lot of people know her, she travels to some of the episodes with me. The network doesn't pay for that, but they actually encourage it. They say it's perfectly fine to bring family, you just got to cover the expense for them. And so that's how we sort of work it. You just come with me when possible. So, because we include cryptozoology cases as well, we've run into some that have been maybe unnerving, would be the way I would phrase it, because we've never gotten really close enough to, we're picking up on our cameras. But the witness interviews, they were truly frightened at some of the things that they were experiencing. And we've gotten into that environment and we were out of our element. And so we kind of realized, hey, our cameras and millimeters and audio recorders really don't do us any good when you're in the wild, so to speak. So it can get done, we have to keep going up. The crew, no, we don't really have any conflicts on fact or fake with our crew, because then again, the format of our show is completely different from what you're seeing in like GHI. Ours is structured because we have to conceptualize the experiments we're going to be doing, and that really kind of takes some planning that you don't see on camera. I mean, when I know what the case is, I've got homework. I've got to actually start going, okay, how can we try to recreate this video that we're seeing is submitted evidence and have it look the same and have it be a reasonable explanation? And so we start from the simplest explanation and go to the more complex. So you're not seeing that behind the scenes plan, but you are seeing everything else that's going on. If the experiment fails, it fails. So the crew they're very patient with this. You don't see how many attempts that we're even trying to do one particular experiment to get it reasonably right. So we're fortunate, and we also have recently gotten one of the camera guys from GHI just joined our crew, because the production people a lot of them are freelancers. So during hiatus of a show, those same people will go find work on other shows, and then when the show they were on gets picked back up, that person may not be available. So we all work with a lot of the same people.
Y'all know what time it is. We gon' set it off tonight. Just so. Set the club on fire. Just so. Enrique, holla at him like.
Girl, please excuse me.